This week's episode of Hillingdon Speaks features Kanti Nagda, who went from being a refugee that came here in the 70s to, in 2020, receiving an MBE. Love you to hear his fascinating story. Do check it out. Okay, welcome to the podcast, Kanti Nagda. Although in Asian custom, I should be calling you uncle. It's always a very warm house to come here from when I used to come, and thanks for having us here.
You're welcome.
You've got a very interesting life story,
Indeed.
which I'd like to just talk a little bit about first. Growing up in Uganda, so tell us what life was like.
Yeah. Well, life in Kampala, where I grew up, I was educated in Kampala. The life there was so good. You see 3 seasons in a day. Mm-hmm. A little chilly in the morning, warm afternoon, and little breeze in the evening.
Yeah.
Green throughout the year.
Yeah.
And the life generally in Uganda was very quiet, peaceful, and enjoyable. We had a lot of time for social activities as well.
Yeah, I've been myself as well, and I loved it. And I only went for a short time, but I can imagine.
Yes, and Kampala is built on 7 hills.
Okay.
So you can see the different sceneries from different angles.
Yeah.
Very lovely town.
No, and I'm guessing you haven't been back since.
I haven't, no. Once you were asked to leave the country, then there was no point in... some people have gone back, but then I started having family growing up here and settled down. So
and obviously it would have been very traumatic, the leaving at short notice and coming over here. I'd just like to know what life was like, really.
We were given 90 days notice. Initially, for first few weeks, nobody took it seriously. We thought this is one of Idi Amin's gigs. But then gradually people realized that he is serious about expelling all the Asians who were non-Ugandans.
Yeah.
I was Ugandan citizen.
Okay.
And we were asked to register at the immigration offices. When I went there, I held my passport upside down, and this guy, when I was in the queue, the army guy was looking at the things, and he couldn't even read, and he couldn't recognize the ups or downs of the passport. Wow. When he came to the photograph, he turned it, and I said, "Do we want to live in that situation?"
Yeah.
Within 2 days, I packed up my bag. I just came to UK with one suitcase, and that's it.
Absolutely amazing. And when you first came here, obviously life would have been very, very unsettling, and you don't know what's in a strange country. You didn't have family, I'm guessing, but what was it like?
I studied in this country. Okay. I studied in Chippenham, near Bristol, Bath and Bristol. Yeah. So I knew the country.
Okay.
I knew Harrow very well. My friend used to live in Harrow, and I used to come during holidays. I used to come to stay with him. So England wasn't something new for me. Moreover, every other year I used to come and visit my brother and sister. They both used to study here.
Okay.
So England wasn't a new country. I went straight to my brother's house and then gradually started settling down.
But when did you feel like there was a certain period of time where you felt settled, that you felt that this was your new home, or did it take a long time?
No, because the situation from Uganda was such that you had no choice.
Yeah.
Either you settle in England or you go to India, which I had never been to India. So the only option we had was to accept that this is our new home.
Sure.
Although I still say back home, meaning Uganda.
Yeah.
Can't forget Uganda.
Yeah, I can imagine, and you never will as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then you set up this Sangat Centre in the 80s. What was the kind of...
When I came here in 1972, around December, I was shopping in Harrow Town Centre, and I saw a few elderly fellow Ugandans sitting on a public bench. And December being cold month, I wondered why they were sitting outside like that. I went and talked to them and realized that some of them were not allowed to go back until their children came back home from work.
Oh wow, never heard of that.
And that rattled me.
Yeah.
And that evening, talking with friends, we said, we got to do something
Yeah.
for elderly Asians. And that is when we came up with an idea of starting a day drop-in center for elderly Asians.
Okay.
So that we opened in 1973-74.
Oh, wow.
That was the starting of my social life
Yeah.
in this country.
Yeah.
And then gradually we started doing cultural programs, social activities, and then also started helping people with various problems like immigration, welfare benefits, housing problems, matrimonial problems, family problems.
Yeah.
So that is how I got into work with the community.
Yeah, and he's still doing the same kind of thing or slightly different? How's it evolved?
I am still doing the same things. I then I got a job with Harrow Council. They trained me, sent me to study, become a social worker. And then I took some training in immigration and welfare benefits laws. And now I do immigration, welfare benefit appeals in the tribunals, and then take on other problems as well.
That's amazing, yeah. And I know you got recognised, which we can talk about as well. But for me, that it's kind of, I would imagine that you'd be very different to a lot of other people that would be trying to define success as, acquiring wealth and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, right from 73 when I saw these people, 72 when I saw fellow Ugandans sitting like that, my mind went into helping other people instead of making money. I could have done that, but somehow got more socialized and diverted my activities into welfare of the community.
Amazing, yeah, no, well done, and it's amazing work. And I'm glad that you got rewarded in lots of ways. You've been awarded with the MBE in 2020. Fast forward a long
That's right.
time,
In 2020, Her Majesty's government recognized this community work that I did and was honored with member of British Empire.
Amazing, yeah, and we've got the medal here as well to have a look at. It's amazing. How does it make you feel, and how was the experience afterwards as well? Yeah.
It came as a surprise, but a pleasant surprise. Felt that the services were recognized. Whatever I had done for the community was recognized. Not that I was looking for it, but you feel encouraged and get more activities done for the community.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you're still going strong now as well. Your family probably aren't wanting you to retire now, or do?
Absolutely. I would be 80 soon.
Yeah.
And I am planning to retire this year.
Sure. And
I've done enough.
Yeah, no, I'm sure definitely everybody would agree. And how is it at the centre that you've got in terms of what you're looking to do?
Okay, great. Once we started this social club, we gradually started realizing that there was a need of a place where Asians would feel this is our place. So I established a Sangat Center in Harrow Wealdstone. In 1982, we bought a dilapidated building and gradually started improvements. And 1992, we completely refurbished and built a new purpose-built community center. And then the center's opening ceremony was done by the Queen's youngest son, Edward, and Sophie.
Okay, wow.
That was another feather in my cap that we could get royalties to come and do the opening of the building.
Definitely. Well, you're mixing with royals is amazing. No, I just think inspiration, all of the stuff you did, which is why I wanted to have you on the podcast and just have a chat, and especially like now with just a lot of talk on refugees and, you know, just the plight of refugees as well, and just how far you've gone.
Okay, when Ugandan nations came as refugees, they were not welcome. Some of the councils say, please don't come to our borough. Leicester didn't want Asians.
Yeah, and I've seen the protests.
Even Harrow at that time said, we don't have places for you in our schools. But today, you can't refuse them to come. Things are different. Ugandan refugees were the first arrivals. And then we have seen refugees from other countries. They haven't struggled the way Ugandan nations struggled.
But also you got a lot of empathy, I think, for people that have come after you since you've going through that whole process yourself.
Indeed. I chaired the Harrow Refugee Forum for 10 years.
Wow, okay.
Trying to help refugees from other countries.
Yeah, well, all these things I learned about you today as well. So, yeah, thank you for all of that sharing. I know it's just a snippet of your life, and I'd love to even talk future about more about that. And I would like to know, I know you mentioned you've been in Hillingdon in this borough for 40 years or something like that. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah. That's right. We were living in Harrow first, and then gradually, when boys were growing up, I got two sons, by the way. When they were growing up, we thought we would move to a bigger house, and then we moved to Hillingdon.
I'd like to kind of know if you've got a favourite spot in Hillingdon to end with, like maybe something like a favourite park you like to go to, or a restaurant, or some kind of part that within the borough that you really love that's kind of calls you.
Hillingdon is such a lovely place. The park is just 10 minutes walk from here, and I go with my grandchildren there. It's a lovely park here.
Yeah, awesome. No, really good to talk, and I wish we could talk more, but we can do afterwards as well. But thank you so much for coming on our podcast.
Thank you for having me on your podcast.
Thank you.